Hello, I'm Ed from EB Data Solutions, and today I want to walk you through a really basic automation that's going to help speed up your process for generating leads from a Typeform form and put them automatically into a CRM, which for today we're going to be using Notion. Now, if you do like the content that we've shared today, please do give it a like. And if you are interested in finding out more about automations, more complex automations, or how AI can integrate with your business, please do get in touch with us today. So, without further ado, let's get into the automation. As you can see, what I've done initially is already set up a Typeform form. It's got all the stuff that I want to collect from my lead generations. So this includes their contact details here, as you can see. So we've got name, phone number, and email address. We've also got other questions that you can see on the left, like what industry do they work in, size of company, what tools are they used to using already, what's their biggest challenge, have they used any automation before, and what's their sort of timeline for a job to be completed. Now, as you can see, this is already done by myself, and what I've also done is completed an entry as well. It's quite important that you already have one response in there because we're going to be using that as an example in Zapier later on. So as you can see, I filled it out with all test related details. Now what we're going to do is set up our CRM, our collection point for these leads within Notion itself. As you can see, I've already set one up earlier, and it's got all the details that I want to collect from Typeform, plus some other things like status that I want to be tracking once we've got that lead. Now, this is a really basic example of how you can create this. It's already a template in Notion. So all you have to do is type in clients, select this account management, and it already comes up for you there. And all you have to do is then customize exactly what columns you want. For example, putting in the name that we're collecting from the Typeform. I'm going to be deleting this for now because we're going to go back and use the one I set up earlier, classic Blue Peter style, and we're going to go back and start actually looking at Zapier. Now, the best way to get started is simply to ask Zapier what you want to do. So we want to capture Typeform submissions, and we want to send those to our Notion template. We're going to search that, and as you can see, we've got a few. It doesn't really matter which one of these you choose because we're going to customize it a bit anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at this WhatsApp message one. And we're going to just click try it. Now, as you can see, it's already pre-built the workflow, which is great. But what we're first going to do is get rid of that WhatsApp one. We don't need that for now. And we're going to look into how these work. So the first important point is the Typeform trigger. Now, a trigger is what's going to start off your automation. And we're going to trigger this when a form is submitted. It's then important to connect your Typeform account. This is simply a one-click connection. So as you can see, I've already done it, but if you haven't, that's how you would do it. You're then going to configure your Typeform. Now, this is quite important. Make sure that this test form that you're selecting matches the name of your example form that you can see here. We've called it test form. So it does. So we're going to select that. And we're then going to choose our test result. So this is why it's important to have a test result in there already, because we want to ensure the data is being mapped properly. And as you can see, this does map the answers that we answered as this test case. So that's great. So we're going to continue with this selected record, and we're going to move on to the Notion side of things. So again, we're going to choose what we want to happen after the trigger has occurred. And we want to create a data source item in Notion in this case. We then want to use this one click to connect our account. As you can see, I've already done it again, but again, it's simply a one-click connection you can do here. We're then going to configure. Now, this is the most important part of this. We want to again make sure that this account management ID is matching the page that we want these to go to in Notion, as you can see there. So we're happy with that. We're going to click it. This template mode, we're just going to click Use Default Template. This doesn't matter too much here. Now the important bit is the field mapping. We want to go through and we want to make sure that each one of these fields are mapping to the correct Typeform input. So for example, this name field, we're going to go in, we're going to select first name, and we're actually also going to select last name as well with a space in between, so we capture both of the leads' names in here. We're going to do the same for company, and we're going to continue this down for all our Typeform answers to make sure all of those data fields are matched. And here is where the interesting bit comes, because if you have a Zapier account with more access to more things in your automation, we can do things like clean up the data that's coming in. We can create different automations off the back of that based on, for example, what industry someone is coming in from. And we can even add things onto the end. So as you saw in my Notion, we had send follow-up email. We can have that built in as part of the lead automation. So not only will it create your data source item in Notion, it's also going to create an email that gets automatically sent out to that lead, following up with them straight away to make sure we keep them engaged at every step of the process. So as you can see, I'm finishing off my data entry here for all of that. And then we're going to just double check, and then we're going to test the step. Now, it's important to note that when you test something in Zapier, it does actually run. So just be careful if you're doing that with emails. And what we're going to do is double check, and there we go. It's appeared in Notion. Just like magic, the automation has worked. We can go in and double check it. And what we can do is simply publish that Zap, and that automation is ready to run. We don't need to do anything else. Just like that, we've got an automation set up. Thank you guys. Like we said, if you enjoyed it, please get in touch with us if you want to learn more about automations, more complex automations. And if you'd like more details on anything, please do drop a comment, drop a like. Thank you.